Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling. Where is it at? Solo Leveling. Did you forget? What are you doing? Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling. Okay, I hear y'all. Solo leveling it is. So the last thing we saw is when he defeated the demon monarch, which resulted in him getting the elixir of life and saving his mom. And you know what's crazy? People were actually mad at this episode, all because he was crying. He just saved his mom. What do you mean he can't cry? Look, I rock with Solo Leveling, but his fan base gotta be brain dead low-key. It doesn't even make sense to be mad at that. But later on, he's speaking with the chairman, and obviously it's about the raid that's happening in a few days. Normally, Jin would accept without question, easy levels, but he just got his mom back, so Yeah, you felt that shit, huh? The S ranks are boxing in the gym. You wanna go? So they get to the gym and see Beast boxing with Afro. And you know what annoys me the most? The millisecond Cha notices Jin is here, she goes, oh my. No wonder the atmosphere changed.
Oh, come on now, dawg.
I can't make this up. I promise you, she was not thinking that. She saw Jin and just had to say something outlandish. But that's when the Japan S ranks pull up and immediately started talking crazy. So they said, I bet, since you talking like that, let's run the 4v4. Let's see if you can back up those words. And once I saw Afro grow an extra 6 feet, I knew right there and then he lost. We know the rule. I remind y'all every time. Big form doesn't work. Well, they're going blow for blow when meanwhile, Speed Blitz Weave barely dodged that and he was hawking that boy down. Nothing but determination in those eyes. And imagine looking up and seeing this. A 14-foot, 700-pound pure muscle behemoth using all his might with the goal of stomping you into the ground. Like last time I checked, this was a friendly match. This is a murder attempt. I told y'all. Then we see Beast fighting this guy, and honestly, all this 4v4 showed us is why Japan are the ones with the main characters, why they're the ones who always get the animes. It's not looking good for us out there. Beast is damn near going full power and cannot touch that guy. Now, Cha though, she was moving crazy. The choreography is sublime. She got the Garu fighting style, the fist of flowing water. Stun like your goofy ass. She went to go help Beast, but this guy gets in the way. Bro. She just hit him with like 50 jabs and not for a single second did she try to cancel the move. It was after breaking his nose when she was like, oh, I went a little too far. Really? That's when this dude loses his temper, so Jin decided to step in, pinned him down with ease. And when their master saw that, he said, oh yeah, we gotta run it. And Jin smiled when they confronted him. He wanted this fight. Didn't even let him finish his sentence before trying to take his head off. And every time Jin smiled, it pissed him off, and rightfully so. Cheesing ear to ear mid-squabble has to be one of the highest levels of disrespect. So he decides to put a little more oomph into it, but Jin simply catches his hand. Not his wrist, his hand. If he caught his wrist, that would have counted as a loss. But he wanted to stretch out the battle. Now, the moment this fight started, we all knew it was going to happen. No matter what show it is, if two strong people are sparring, it will always get interrupted. Somebody was either going to leave with one less limb or in a body bag, no other options. Now, before leaving, he made sure to attach a shadow to everyone just in case. That's when we get a glimpse of the ants at Jeju Island. Something has awakened. The first biracial ant. This must be the guy I was hyping up since the first episode. We also see that Shorty came back to help with the raid, but I fear that your spot has been taken. Cha swooped in, but if Jin is smart, he'll focus on his day one. Gotta remember who was with you when you was down. But now everything's in place. Got the sentry teams posted up in the water and at the city shoreline just in case. Japan's S ranks are stationed playing the decoys, and bro, their fits are hard. The black armor with the vest cape thing?
Nice.
97, 98, 99, 100. What a nice day it is today. He's not done though. And then the other decoys want to check in because they haven't heard from them in a while. And I don't know what happened here. The guy smelt something, looked up. I'm sure Beru was just sitting there staring at him. So what he decides to do is freeze the whole area, including himself. But that turned out to be the worst decision you could have ever made. Gave him a free kill. This ant just bodied 5 S ranks with a single slash. The same S-ranks who washed our S-ranks, by the way. And speaking of our S-ranks, we see them fighting and look at what Cha does. First, she comes down from the top rope, stabs the head, then proceeds to land on the sword, dragging it down. This is how her and Jin are going to communicate. This is their mating call, or farming. So they made it to the queen's lair and was immediately on go. Redhead was using all his moves in his arsenal, and low-key, I kinda respect him now. Doesn't matter if he's in the office or on another island fighting for his life, you gonna see this jewelry. Gotta hold the pose too, just in case. And Beast went all out, transforming into an actual beast. The craziest part about all this is how they have a vlogger here capturing the footage, with people in his ear telling him, "Yo bro, our viewership is up 80%. Get closer, we need that footage." Dude has no morals, no care for this man's safety whatsoever. He better be getting paid 6 figures minimum. Job risk is through the roof. We have 4K footage of S-Rings going all out using full power, and you telling me to get closer?
What?
As if this isn't good footage enough. But they eventually take all the minions out, so the queen is the last one left. 2 of them caught the legs and Cha got to work. Cut off all the legs, but the animation is clean. Jumped in the air. Hold on, take a breath real quick. And just like that, the Ant Queen was down. Yeah, guys, go ahead and celebrate. We did it. Not gonna lie, this is by far the most intimidating threat we've seen so far. The dude's power boost was silent, so this guy makes the first move. He didn't even do anything, he just imagined it. It's crazy how he wasn't even going to go on this raid. He retired a while ago but wanted to help out one last time. And I just realized they were ready to walk in there with no healer at all, cause Buddy pulled up at the last second. But to ensure that he doesn't come back, throws the body at Beast, grabs the neck, and to make it even worse, he mimics his best friend's final words. "Beast, please run. Beast. All of you are weak. Our queen is dead. The life of you pawns isn't a fair trade. Where's your king?" That's when he sensed the dude Jin was fighting, and when he blocked that attack, he made sure to catch someone. And the fatal mistake he made was lie by saying he is the king. Popped his domain and he didn't even get a chance to fight. So Jin finally gets off the bench and decides to help out. And of course he's sitting on the edge of a building, cause why would he not be? But his soldiers are handling what needs to be handled, but you know what Jin does? He teleports behind them, not saying a single word, just so he can walk in the front acting mysterious, hands in the pocket and all. So then he heals everyone with his potions, but for Cha, it didn't work. Her health was way too low for it to take effect. Only way to save her is to get her out of here. But all of a sudden, the ants moved to the side, making way for a real one to step through. No hesitation in his steps, Jin walked up, looked him dead in the eyes, and smiled. Now keep in mind, we just found out the camera malfunctioned when Beru pulled up. But of course when Jin is here, it magically fixed. Okay, that's a good hit, but unfortunately for you, he ate that shit. Pull that boy down, now hold these impact frames. He's still on his feet though, don't count him out yet. And this turned into a stand and bang match real quick, going hit for hit, blow for blow, no technique involved, just swinging. But he couldn't hang for too long, that last hit sent him flying. Runs back in, yeah, we not worried about your weak ass. Got low to the ground, look at the legs, the extension on this is going to be life altering. But he has a few tricks up his sleeve. Hit him with a poison that paralyzes you. Now that would have worked on anyone else. Unfortunately for you, Jin is immune to poison. Caught the wrist, brought him in. But poison wasn't his only trick. He went to his second phase, even hit the freezer pose. And Jin didn't have a single comment about why or how he unlocked a new form. He simply grabbed his weapons and got back to work. He hits a cartwheel for reasons we don't know, blocks the overhand, backflips the follow-up, stops the lunge, Beru blocks the counter. Hold on bro, pause this real quick. I only seen this after the fact. Why does Jin have his crack out? Where are your jaws at? Are you out here raw dogging the pants? Someone really had to draw that in. They said, oh yeah, I have an idea. Put his ass crack on the screen. They gonna love this. Why did they do that? Anyways, hits another flip. At this point, we need a flip counter for the entire season. But mid-flip, he blocks the attack, lands back down, and just ends up flipping again. But this time, he grabbed the arm, threw him over, but he countered with a throw of his own. And then I was just in shock, because why can you use the abilities of the people you killed? What made you so special to where you can do that? And the sequence we see next, I'm not gonna lie, there isn't much I can say besides watch the episode. They animated this beautifully. I didn't think they would top the Monarch fight in the same season, but they proved me wrong. But peep this right here. He tossed the daggers, guard broke, zoomed in, yeah, this is gonna hurt. Caught the daggers, and truth be told, I don't know what he did right here. But Beru ate that, pinned him down, almost taking out the eye, but Jin got saved. Got a skill upgrade at the last second and slashed his arm. This went from looking like a pretty even battle to pure annihilation. Not gonna lie, all the aura Beru was building has been depleted. He tried running away, but Jin hawked him down. So is Barion, whatever his name is, stronger than Beru, or did Jin just get that much stronger? The Baron fight, not gonna lie, Jin should have lost that. But this fight looked easy, and the best part was when he tried calling his ants, but Jin hit him with the Ike. Bro, I replayed that at least 3 times. He thought his little army was gonna help out, but Jin got one of those too, and the whole dragon. And he's just sitting there like, damn. Ain't that some shit? And if you thought it wasn't gonna get worse, well, let me show you something. He tries to run away, he knows he can't win, but Jin simply puts his hand out, sit your ass down. And did you see how he was behind him earlier, right? And he continues to make a fool of himself. He starts running away on all 4s. And that right there is when Jin finally decided to end this. Now the threat is taken care of, but Cha is still in critical condition. He tries the elixir of life, but that has no effect, so he turns around. And nothing happens. He turned around so aggressively for no reason, just for him to be calm the next episode. But what he does is turn the healer into his shadow so he can use his power on Cha. With free will too, he wasn't ordered to do so. And knowing he never cared for battle when he was alive, he decided to set him free. And during this whole event, we found out Japan's actual goal wasn't to aid Korea. They were betting on Korea's S-ranks getting killed, and when that happens, they'll retreat, come back later with their own strike team saying they're doing this in their honor. Pretty much they were trying to tip the power balance in their direction. But as we already know, that plan failed badly. They lost 7 S-ranks out of the 10 they sent. But at this point it's just cleanup. Without the queen, the ants lost control. When everyone else left, Jin stood behind to farm some XP. Got to level 100, and it's like he knows there's a camera on him. He will never be caught lagging. And you already know he was gonna make Beru his soldier. And for whatever reason, that man got a whole summoning animation like once again. Why is he so special? Why didn't Icarus get this type of treatment? And he can talk, by the way, spawned in with the highest rank as well. Afterwards though, he had Beru go in and do some crowd control, and bro, I'm sick of this nigga. He saves the S ranks, right? On dragon back at that, and honestly, if it ended like that, I would have been fine, but no. Whether it's Mother Nature, Helios, someone is up there throwing this man lobs. Had just enough sun to shine on him, not too much, not too little, the perfect amount. Staring off into the distance too, he making the most out of this play. Then he talks to the chairman, and long story short, with all the eyes on Jin, there's no way he can remain in the background. So he decides that he wants to make his own guild. Then it cuts back to Jeju Island with the cleanup crew, and I don't know what's going on. Hey bud, I think you got the wrong show. Dragon Ball's to the left. I truly don't know what these two are doing. All we know is that they're on some type of hunt. Jin's dad is most likely involved, hence why he was watching him. Then we cut back to Jin stuck in traffic. Finds out there's a B-rank gate causing this, so he pulls up, and of course, it turns into a red gate. Damn near every single gate you went into evolved into something different. But the way he ended this, he said hunters are born to hunt in a world where death is a constant companion. No matter how many enemies there are, no matter how strong the enemy is, we fight to protect family, uphold beliefs, prove ourselves, even to defy fate. Hunters can only keep hunting. And to finish off the scene, he had all his troops make way so he can hit us with the Give me season 3 now. You forget how much you like a show until it's over. This month was crazy. We had Solo Leveling and Invincible dropping at the same time. But now, rolling into April, I'm gonna let y'all know right now what I got my eyes on. Windbreaker Season 2, Lazarus, To Be Hero X, T-Bait, Supercube. Now, Supercube dropped last week, so I'm probably gonna get on that right now, actually.